Hello everyone, welcome to AnyLearn Nepal. In this video, we will understand the concept of bisection method of root finding. Before going to bisection method, let's first understand the meaning of the root of the function. If we have function fx, then value of x when fx is 0 is the root of the function. Let's take one simple example. We have fx equals to x minus 3. Now at what value of x this function becomes 0? If we put x equals to 3, then fx is 0. So 3 is the root of fx. Let's understand by the graph of fx equals to x minus 3. If we plot the graph of this function, we get a straight line that cuts x-axis at x equals to 3. This value is the root of the function. So we can say the value at which curve cuts the x-axis is the root of the function. It's easier, isn't it? The example we took was easy to solve. Fx equals to x minus 3 equals to 0, x minus 3 equals to 0, x equals to 3. Now let's look at another function. Suppose we have fx equals to x minus cos x. Let's try to find out its root. For fx equals to 0, 0 equals to x minus cos x. So x equals to cos x. Now what? This equation is called transcendental equation and cannot be solved analytically. Let's try to solve graphically then. Plotting fx equals to x minus cos x on the graph, we get the curve, and this curve cut x-axis at x equals to 0.739. So this is the root of this function. But this value has only 3 significant digits. Let's zoom in and try to get more digits. Now the root is 0.7391. We increased its precision by 1 digit more. So using the good graphical interface, we can find the root easily. But what about the computational way? There are many methods or algorithms to find the root of the function. One of them is bisection method. Now let's learn how the bisection method works. For simplicity, I have taken the same curve of fx equals to x minus cos x. The root is also shown for this purpose. Let's say we know the interval in which the root lies. Let's say a comma b. Now bisection method is about the bisecting the interval in which the root lies. So we find the middle point of this interval, that is of a and b. Let's say we get c as the middle point of this interval. Now we have two intervals. First interval a comma c and second interval c comma b. And we have to eliminate that interval which does not contain the root. So first interval is eliminated and we are left with the second interval that contains the root. Now our interval c comma b becomes a comma b as the fresh new interval in which we can carry out the same process. So this way we have to repeat the same process until we get the middle point that is much closer to the root. This process of bisecting the interval is like zooming through the graph as shown earlier. Since this process involved bisecting the interval into two equal halves, hence the name bisection given. This method is also called as interval halving method or dichotomy method. Now there are two questions to be answered before writing algorithm for a code. First one is how to know which interval contains the root. We used graph to explain the bisection method, and there we can see clearly the position of root, and hence we can determine the interval that contains the root. But while solving through computational way, we cannot determine in that way. So there is one easy way with the help of theorem. The theorem name is Bolzano or intermediate value theorem, and that theorem says if function fx is continuous on an interval a comma b, and if fa times fb is less than 0, then there exists a point x for which fx is 0. So there exists a root in that interval where the product of functional value at interval point is less than 0. And that product less than 0 means negative value. And that means one point lies below the x-axis and other point lies above the x-axis. Now let me clarify above statements using a graph. We know each point on the curve is a point x comma fx. Now let's use interval a comma b as shown here. So you can see here fa and fb both value is negative. Hence, their product is positive, which means their product is greater than 0. So, this interval does not follow that theorem. So, there is no root in that interval, as you can see from the graph also. Now, let's take another interval a comma b in this way as shown in here. And fa is negative, fb is positive. They are of opposite sign. So, product of fa and fb gives negative value, which means less than 0. It follows that theorem, and hence there lies a root between the interval, as can also be seen in the graph. So, main note is, remember this, if fa times fb is less than 0, then there is root, and we are going to use this statement in an algorithm. And the next question is, how long do we have to repeat the bisecting process? We have to keep bisecting the interval and selecting the root containing interval, and again bisecting them, and again same process like that. We have to keep going until we get our required significant figures. We never will get the exact value in case of decimal digits, but what we can do is we can get to very close value to exact value. So we first finalize our tolerance value. That means how much error is okay for us. If we say tolerance value 0.01, that means we can have error up to 0.01, but not more than that. So if we get an error more than that tolerance value, we keep bisecting the interval, and we calculate our error using relative error, as error equals to absolute value of difference of two interval divided by root. That is how close is our interval relative to the root. So these 2 points are the most important points while writing algorithm, so that we can write program in any language. So this is all that we need to discuss before writing a programming code for bisection method. So this much for this video. If you have any question, write down in the comment section below. We will write Fortran code for this bisection method in the next video.